Alright guys, so if you don't already know, I'm building an SQ system. These are the amplifiers that I'm going to be installing in my 2013 Silverado. Let me tell you guys a little bit as to why I went with these amplifiers out of all the thousands and thousands that exist nowadays. So one of the most important things when building your system is budget, right? Realistically, if I had unlimited money, would these be the amps that I would choose? Probably not. But for a few good reasons, these amps are perfect for my level of sound quality knowledge and just car audio in general. So to begin with, let's talk about the classic JL/ amplifiers. Now, I've had a lot of people ask me, particularly on TikTok, which is where I post most of my content, why go with two monoblock 500 to 1s instead of 1/1000 to 1 amplifier? Well, the simple answer is aesthetics. This amplifier rack has the potential to look stunning. In my opinion, the Arc X2 in the middle, it's just like a perfect match with the / amps, with the mono blocks. So the Arc Audio is an X2 6-channel 1200 watt amplifier. It is full range Class D, engineered by Robert Zeff. If you don't know who Robert Zeff is, he was basically the founder of Zapco. But however, Zapco was bought out, and Robert Zeff is now Nikola Engineering, and they produce amplifiers for Arc Audio, which is based in the 209, Modesto, California, which is where I'm from. So to be able to install and engage my favorite JL Audio amps and the Arc Audio brand in my build to rep where I'm from, to me, it means a lot. And, you know, I feel really lucky to have this equipment. So the / amps are 500 watts. However, these are a true 500 watt amplifier. So Bruce McMillan, which is the madman behind the / amplifiers, the designer engineer, Bruce McMillan came from Precision Power, PPI, after PPI got bought out. JL Audio recruited a few of the PPI members, thus the / amplifiers were born. Because previously to that, JL was mostly known for their world famous subwoofers, the W3s, W6s, etc. So Bruce McMillan, he designed these to have a regulated system, tightly regulated system. What that means is amplifiers, due to the voltage they're being fed, the power will either be as rated or it will decrease when the voltage drops. These / amps, being that they're 20-year-old design from 2001, have the ability to produce those true 500 watts anywhere between 11.5 and 14 volts. So let's say you have voltage drop 12 volts, 12.5, 13.5 volts. These amps are still gonna feed your subs those 500 watts. Another cool feature is you're gonna get those 500 watts anywhere between 4 ohms down to 1.5 ohms, which is what a lot of bass heads like to do, the low ohms, 1 ohm, 2 ohms. A lot of amps don't do half ohm or 1 ohm as effectively as they should, but these can be wired down to 1.5 without any issues, and with that regulated system, you're gonna get those 500 watts. So I have 2, which means 1,000 watts, consistent, clean, low distortion, good signal to noise ratio to push the subwoofers. And probably the most important for a sound quality build is your full range amplifier. You definitely want to try and get, if you want to spend the most coin on your mids and highs amp for an SQ system, in my opinion. Not that subwoofers aren't high fidelity or they don't have good transients or sound quality, because they do, and you can notice the difference. But for a good front stage with the best reproduction of sound possible, you're gonna want to get the best 6-channel or 4-channel that you can afford. I went with Arc Audio for 2 reasons. The first one, like I said before, they are from the 209. Their headquarters are in Modesto, California, which is where I'm from. The second reason is my brother, you know, I was like 7, 8 years old. I grew up watching him use Arc Audio amps and Kicker L7s almost in every build. So Arc Audio I've always been a fan of. I respect them. Same thing with JL. But this Class D Arc X2 amp, it's really interesting because it also has a regulated power supply, but only on, I think it's channels, I want to say 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're gonna get 120 watts consistent regardless of voltage. I can't remember if it's 11.5 to 14 like the JL amps, but you're gonna get rated power in channel 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I read the manual very thoroughly. And channel 5 and 6 does not have that regulated system, because if you wanted to bridge channels 5 and 6 to add a subwoofer with the 2-way front stage, that subwoofer is going to get good dynamic power, because when you bridge channels 5 and 6 on this amp, you get like 500 to 600 watts, which is pretty cool, because that's what these slash amps are giving me. But that's a pretty smart design. And again, Bruce McMillan, engineer, madman behind the slash amps. Robert Zeft, engineer, madman, genius behind these Arc Audio amps. Really, also another point to make is all the output orientations. As you can see, they're all coming from the same direction at the bottom. To most people, that's not a big deal, but I'm trying to get the most beautiful amp rack I can have. So having all the wires, all the outputs coming down through the same direction is gonna help with the cleanliness and the organization and the look of all the wiring. Clean wiring. Whether I'm gonna have some type of beauty panel or not, that's still to be determined. But for now, I would say the heart of my system is complete. Dual slash amps and a full range 6-channel Arc Audio amplifier. I appreciate you guys for watching. I'm gonna make another video on the subs, the mids and highs, the DSP, and ultimately system breakdown and cost video. But that'll come soon. So I appreciate all you guys for liking and commenting. Don't forget, if you use TikTok, follow me on TikTok, SQ Silverado.